Okay, welcome, Khwezi. Good to have you on the show. Thanks for making the time and coming out to have a chat with me. Looking forward to find out more about yourself. How are you today, bro?
No, I'm good. Good to be here. Thank you for having me. We've been trying to plan this for a while, so I'm glad it's actually happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for having me, bro.
Nah, it's all good, Khwez. Just let us know in terms of where you are right now in terms of your cricket career, who you're playing for, and just in terms of that.
I'm playing for Southwestern District, Division 2 side. It's in the Western Cape. It's in Oishoren, so I'll be playing there for the upcoming season. So I'm looking forward to that challenge. It's going to be very difficult, not difficult, but like challenging in terms of the weather and how it's not so pleasant. But I'm looking forward to the challenge that it brings. So yeah.
Yeah, I hear a lot of guys say like it's a road there for bowlers because you're a bowler. It's a road and it's difficult bowling there. So what's your mindset towards that?
My mindset is pretty clear towards that. Like it's a challenge itself, yes, but it's also an opportunity for me to grow and learn, to hone my skills, to be that much precise, that much accurate in terms of everything that I do, execution-wise, in terms of my bowling. So I'm actually looking forward to it because margin for error is very, very small. As you said, it's a road for bowlers.
Yeah.
So that makes the margin of error very, very small. So I'm looking forward to that challenge and also growing in that aspect for myself as a cricketer.
Yo, that's proper. I just want us to take a little bit back. So obviously, you are now a professional cricketer. But we're going to take it way, way back, back. So can you just tell us a little bit more about Khwezi as a youngster? And when I say youngster, I mean really, really young. How were you as a kid? How were you as a person? Were you a troublesome child? Were you, that sort of stuff?
Yeah, no, growing up, I was in trouble. I've always been a person who loved the outdoors, even as a kid, like since I was like 6, 7, 8. I was always a kid who'd be outside playing whatever I could play, whether it be football, whether it be throwing the ball around. So I've always loved sports ever since I was a kid. I'm not troublesome, very quiet, very chilled. But yeah, just a person who loved the sports. So growing up, I also started to play a lot of sports because I loved playing sports. So I was involved in a lot of sports, but then my passion for cricket actually grew in primary school, playing in the respective age groups, like under 8, under 9. I remember there was KFC mini cricket.
Yeah.
I was part of that thing, playing those red balls and a white bat and stuff like that. So I remember all those days, and that ultimately built my passion for cricket going forward.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was me as a kid. Yeah.
And then, so just for us to know, what primary school did you go to?
I went to Duzi Mbatha Primary School.
Okay.
It's in Khwezi Gumede.
Okay, cool. And okay.
Just
yeah. No, listen. With Khwezi Primary,
Yes.
In terms of the actual school and stuff, did it have all the sports in terms of you? It was a sporting school?
No, not at all. We did have our sports, obviously, and we did compete around the local area, around the surrounding schools and stuff like that. But we never played against the big primary schools like Clinton Prep and DPHS and all those kind of schools. Or not when I was in primary school. Maybe they do now. I'm not sure. But we went to a sporting primary school, but we did have our sports, so we could play cricket, we could play soccer, everything. But at the same time, not many people were playing, so it was fun. There was enough people playing to make up a team, so it was good.
Yeah, that's proper. So you said under 12, under 13, did you make provincial? And tell me about the actual that period there. So say grade 6, grade 7, did you make a provincial team, and how did that happen? No, yes?
No, I didn't. I made Durban South. It's regional before provincial.
Oh, okay.
That means nothing.
It's an achievement. So you're saying grade 6 and grade 7?
If I'm not mistaken, grade 6, grade 7, yes.
So you didn't make any primary school provincial teams
Not
or
at
anything
all.
like
No,
that?
no.
Okay, so there you are now, Toti Primary. How do you now end up at a high school, and how did you go about picking the high school that you went to?
Oh, that's actually a funny story. I went to Glenwood purely because of my mates who went to Glenwood.
Okay, purely because of your mates.
Purely because of my mates.
Okay.
Lucky thing is they're also my cricket mates in primary school. So I built that relationship from playing cricket with them in primary school. And then they were also going to Glenwood. And they went to Glenwood because they also saw Glenwood as a school that was very serious in the sports and stuff like that, especially cricket. And I was like, hey, okay, I'm also in. If you guys are going there,
Yeah.
I'm also going there. But not necessarily because I was trying to pursue a sporting career or sporting career.
Yeah.
But because it was a good school, my parents also approved. So they're a very good school, also academic-wise. So that's how I ended up being there.
Interesting. So you weren't like on like a scholarship?
Not at all,
nothing.
no. Didn't even apply.
Didn't apply, yeah.
I'm paying full school fees, alles. Like
Yo,
everyone
I
else.
thought you were the gravy, bro.
No, not at all.
Listen, your parents had racks, bro.
No, not at all. They're suffering, yeah.
Yeah, your parents,
Putting
so
me
so
through
they
all these
paid
things.
for your school fees and
Up to grade 12, yeah.
up to grade 12.
Yeah, they were on the best rate in school.
Oh, okay, cool.
I
So
was
so
never there for cricket.
oh, okay. So now you then get to Glenwood.
Yeah, I get to Glenwood, grade 8. Obviously, I'm playing cricket. In Glenwood, you have to play a summer sports and a winter sports. It's
Yes.
like compulsory. So for summer sports, easy for me to pick. I picked cricket. So obviously, I'm there. We're playing cricket. There's a lot of boys in like grade 8. I think there was like over 200 learners just in grade 8 alone. And so like team-wise, we went up from A to G team, E, F, G team, around there. I don't know, that's like 8th, 9th, 10th team, something like that.
Yeah.
So that's how many people played like per grade. So obviously within that like age group wise thing, I was playing like under 14D, I think, or under 14E. And then that's where I started playing. So when I was playing there, I wasn't really like, okay, cricket is going to be my thing.
Yes. Yeah, that's the thing. You know the thing, it's so funny, Chris, because it's like you didn't make any primary school team, you get to Glenwood, big sporting school, you're playing under 14 C's or D's and E's that in that mix.
I'm in that
and
mix.
then how do you move up? What happens?
I don't know, like I love the sports also. I really do love the sports. But what made me move up, maybe because also being in the school, I remember Andile Petliwayo also went to the school, was like a huge inspiration for me. Because I was in grade 8, he was in like grade 11, I think, going to matric the following year. And he was an inspiration for the wrong reasons at that age.
Yeah.
Because here's a kid who's in like grade 11, who's hardly in school because he's playing for South Africa.
Yeah.
That's all he's doing, touring, going this way, going that way.
Yeah.
So you saw this person who's like missing half the year, not doing anything, just playing cricket.
Just playing cricket, yeah.
And that's like his life. And so that was kind of inspirational to see that's actually happening, like literally in front of me. So that inspired me a lot, I won't lie. But then obviously also loving the sports, I just played and
yeah.
Even when it wasn't like in our teams respectively, like in the boarding house where we stayed, we'd play like after school and stuff like that. So yeah, that's how I gradually grew.
Yeah, that's proper. So you then weren't staying in a Muslim Toti, you were staying at the boarding establishment.
At the boarding establishments, yes.
You did this throughout the whole of Glenwood.
I only moved in the boarding establishments in grade 9.
Oh, you moved in?
Moved in. So grade 8, I tried being a day scholar. My parents tried to take me. Didn't really work because we obviously live in Toti. So
yeah, there's a bit of a distance.
Exactly. Doing that every day. So going to grade 9, they put me into the boarding establishment.
Okay, cool.
Much easier that way.
Yeah, to manage.
To manage, exactly.
I like what you brought up in terms of you had inspiration. Obviously seeing guys like Anile Pehlukwayo, grade 11, traveling the world, being involved in national setups. I know he was currently at that time under 19.
Exactly.
And he was part of that setup there.
The World Cup.
World Cup, yeah, and that's the World Cup year where they won and stuff. So you get to Glenwood, you see this guy, and you're like, one day I can be that.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, like, seeing how he plays, like, obviously he was a great cricketer, even in high school, in my eyes. But, like, to see him play and stuff like that, and also, like, seeing myself play, I'm like, I'm actually not too far off.
Yeah.
You know, you start having those ideas in your head.
Yes.
Because you aspire to be there. So now you start measuring yourself, okay, how
Yes.
far am I? So then I start to, like, realize I'm actually, obviously, I'm not that level. I'm
Yeah.
still playing in, like, my D teams,
Yes.
E teams. But like, if I just work on these things for like a few years, I'm sure I'll be there. So that's how it started, honestly.
Yeah, and then I think we'll move on to the next stage. Then how do you move from under 14 Ds? When do you play A team and stuff?
I only played A team in under 16. Under 16A, I think that's the first time I played 18.
That's around grade 10.
That's grade 10, exactly, yeah.
Okay.
Grade 10.
And then you've now skipped under 15 provincial.
Yes, I didn't make it. Yeah.
So
I
so
didn't.
it's interesting because that means you haven't made provincial at this stage.
Not at all.
You're grade 10 now. You haven't made provincial.
Chilling.
It's not happening for you.
I'm
But you want to
chilling.
be Andile Peshikwa.
Of course.
But it's not happening for you.
It's not.
It's not happening for you.
Literally.
So grade 10, and then when do you like? So you play under 16As.
Yeah, I play 16A, but at the same time, like I'm in and out on the 16A, like under 16A and 16B and stuff like that. So yeah, I play, but like I'm not as optimistic as I was as before. So
Yes.
I'm still also playing other sports. I remember I was playing football a lot at that stage. I really love my football, but then I carried on playing cricket, and I also just realized if I just carried on working, I can get there. But like under 16, yeah, as you say, grade 10, not really as optimistic, but I'm still having that idea because I know that obviously after under 16 you go into opens. There's no under 17 or
Yes,
18.
yes.
So with that idea in mind, I know, okay, if I play like second team in grade 11, first team in grade 12, I still have a chance to make KZN in grade 12.
Yes.
So that's where the thinking process was. So I wasn't really like giving up, but like it was still there.
Okay, and then so now grade 11 comes about, and
Grade
you
11.
now you playing
I'm playing second team.
second team. Yeah, so it's going according to plan. It's going according to the
Literally,
realistic
actually.
plan now. Yeah?
Literally.
From traveling the world to second team. Okay,
second
it's
team.
working.
Yeah, no, it's getting there. It's getting there.
So still no under 17 provincial.
No. So I played second team in grade 11.
Yes.
So bear in mind, provincial is the end of the grade 11 year.
Yes.
So beginning of grade 11, so it still wasn't no provincial, no anything. So 16 turning 17 that year. So I'm turning 17 grade 11. So yeah, still no provincial team at that stage. And then I played second team grade 11, and then I did well second team. I played like a few first team games, and then from like 2 first team games I was able to go to the trials, and then from there I made KZN under 19 in my grade 11 year to go to Cold Creek.
Okay, cool. So I want to understand how's your thinking, your mentality at that stage, in terms of now you believe that, like, you know, I've made the provincial team in grade 11. Now I'm really good at what I do, or were you like, yeah, I was lucky, or, you know, where were you in your head in terms of that and that year?
I was shocked. Not shocked, but like, did this all happen, you know? But at the same time, it was like, okay, I knew I could do it, you know? It's just to actually see it happen. So
Yeah.
that kind of like, I think one of the first things for me to able to see it actually happen. So that's why I think where the shock came from. But I was like feeling like, yeah, I deserved it. I did work. I did work hard, obviously, but like I may not be where I want to be at the same time. And I knew that going into the week. So yeah, going into the Cold Week in grade 11, can't remember where it was. I think it was in Bloemfontein. I can't remember. But going into Yes, it was in Bloemfontein. Going into that, I wasn't as confident because knowing of where I just played my whole year, I've been playing second team.
Yes.
Here are these kids who are second year Coke Week, coming here, and I have to like bowl to them, So all those thoughts are running in my head. But bear in mind, I'm like 17,
Yeah.
Obviously, I think way different now, okay?
Yeah.
I'm not a kid.
You had guava, boy. Back then you had guava, now you're cool.
No, I'm cool.
You had guava, boy. You had guava. You're a bit nervous, and I don't want to bring back bad memories or anything like that, but I think that year I was still in Northerns, and we played against you guys, if it was the one in Bloem.
Yes.
And I'm not going to talk about the result. Don't worry. About the result. Yeah. I'm not going to bring up the result. I'm not going to tell you guys that we won the week. But don't worry about that. Talk about that another day.
Okay.
And then you have to repeat Coke Week because now you've made it in grade 11. Then you go back and you have to go play Coke Week in grade 12.
Yes.
How was your matric year?
Yeah, different. Interesting you ask.
Yeah. Tell me about your matric year.
The reason I say that, I'm a trick year, you came around, you were moving from Netherlands, you came to Dolphins, I remember, and you were like in charge of the under-19 side.
Yes.
So you wanted to start everything from the get-go, from like January.
Yes.
That wasn't really the protocol that was being followed in KZN. Usually trials were like in August, September. We'll deal with it then,
Yeah, and then this guy comes up
in January, he's asking me how am I doing, why am I like playing so bad in the first team, and how did my Coke Week go, and as I was saying. I had to like answer all those questions. I'm kind of thinking like, who is, like, honestly, like, I don't want to swear, but like, who that?
Who the hell is this guy?
But obviously that was also kind of like a wake-up call at the same time, because I remember we actually had like a chat. It was at school.
Yes. I remember attacking you. I attacked you on purpose.
Yo, you went hard.
I attacked you. I didn't have time for games. Huh?
Like, I remember he just called us like during school or something like that. Like, the coaches here, the KZN coaches to speak to us, whatever. So a couple of us, myself, Samsung Kumado, and Lifa. Yes,
Lifa and Dalen Finn.
And Dalen Finn. Yes. So the four of us.
Yeah.
And he came to speak to us, and it was just like so random, wasn't expected, nothing.
Yeah.
But he had a go at me. That kind of woke me up. But at the same time, kind of made me realize, okay, I actually have a proper shot of doing something really, really special, building something really, really special for myself also.
Yeah.
So I actually remember I was playing first team, and then start of matric, I wasn't playing too well, dropped into second team. So I was at this notion of me playing second team, but how can I play second team but still...
Yeah, provincial player.
Exactly. That's what you were attacking me for, actually.
Yes. I was like, what the hell is going on here? You're a provincial player, dog. Like, what is going on?
Exactly, that's exactly what you were attacking me for. Now I remember, it's coming back. So all of that was like kind of weighing on me, and just thinking, okay, I really need to take myself seriously, and if I really want to pursue this, I have to like knuckle down and really, really, really work hard. And literally, as you say, it started from the beginning of the year, going into the end of the year, going into Coke Week, obviously making the team again. Obviously very exciting, going to the week again. Had a very, very good week personally. Even for the team, we had a very, very good week. Didn't get the results we wanted at the end, but I honestly think we had a very good week. Also for myself personally, making the SA school side, but the B side, not like the A side.
SA Colts,
SA Colts.
SA Colts, I remember that.
Yeah, so that achievement itself was really, really good for myself. Knowing that I could achieve that also was very like eye-opening to see.
Interesting that the very same guy that had made SA Colts is the same guy I was having a go at in the beginning of the year. Really? For me, it was really special because I remember I had a go at you in the beginning of the year, and then at the end of the year, when I hear them calling your name out, I'm like, yeah. This is what it's about. You know? So
Yeah,
that was
exactly.
like, I was really happy when you made that Colts team.
Yeah, that's true.
My
yeah.
goal was to get guys' mindsets to change in terms of thinking that they are better than what they are.
Yeah.
And why go to Coke Week and look at other guys instead of other people looking at you?
No,
You know?
exactly, exactly.
So I've always wanted that. And it's interesting how, even if it was a little bit, it rubbed off on quite a few of you guys, you know, having that belief that you can be one of the better players in the country, you know.
No, that's
So
good.
that was really, really good. So then you make SA Colts, you finish making SA Colts, and then we go to the next stage, which now you are finished with school now.
Yeah, I'm out of school, unemployed, no university, nothing. So I go to the Dolphins Academy. I joined the Dolphins Academy. You're also part of the setup. So I was working with you there. So also going there, also hopes of you getting a Dolphins contract, or at the time, because of the old structure, there was semi-pro, so a provincial contract, which will be Khwezi and Coastal. So that's what you're working towards. That's what you're aiming for. So first year of academy doesn't really go like great. It was just like a good year for myself personally. Nothing really happened, and then the following year was the academy week, which was in February, if I'm not mistaken, or January, beginning of the year, around that time. So we go there, we do that as a team, the academy week. I actually do very well there. I think myself and I remember one of my teammates, Eves, we make the SA Academy from that tournaments that we played with the Dolphins Academy. And from there we played in a triangular series, which was in Kimberley. So then we go there, we play, also did pretty well there. And then I remember that's the first time I actually met Vincent Spons at that triangular series. And then I just had like a chat with him, whatever. And just, you know, being around that whole setup, you know, now your eyes are really opening, you know, because now he has Vincent Spons watching you, like scouting you and stuff, and knowing who he is personally as an African legend, and also who he is within the system. Now you know that you're being looked at, and yeah, it's actually high level. So obviously being known that I did well and being recognized there was very like pleasing. So then I come back to Durban. Again, not much happened. I don't really get like a provincial contract at the Dolphins. But then I get a call from Richard Desneves, who at the time was the Easterns coach. He calls me literally out the blue, like, oh, something number pops up. I don't even know.
So we're going to go into the professional space now.
Yeah.
And I think we'll save that for part 2.
Okay.
We'll save that for part 2. So we'll be back right now with part 2, which is Khwezi becoming the professional.